Welcome back to QB7, another special edition. I myself am honored to have the man who's making the number 7 hat look good and fly, Jacoby Brissett, joins us today. What's up, Jacoby?
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. You know, when you call, we come and listen.
Absolutely, absolutely. How are things going right now? You training camp? You know, I know it's the grind. You know, what has it been like, and how you feeling?
It's been good. You know, definitely a little transition with the QB change, but you know, it's still been training camp, and you know the grind of that. You know, the competition of that. So it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. You know, adding feel to the room and adding that, you know, that extra layer of competition, not only on the field but intrinsically. You know, but it's been good. It's been good.
Yeah. Working with Phillip Rivers, I mean, that's got to be a treat. The fiery Phillip Rivers who brings the energy every day. You had a chance to kind of, you know, sit back and watch him on a day-to-day basis. What are you taking away from that to help improve your game?
You know, just his approach. It's not a lot that you haven't seen in the NFL at that position. So, you know, and the questions he's asking in meetings, and you know, he's asking me. And then and the stuff that he's shooting out, you know, he was like, I was thinking this. I'm like, why would you think that? Right. And then he'll give you a whole speech on why he thought that and things like that. Some of the stuff I'm like, man, you crazy for thinking that. But then like, all right, it makes sense because they can do that. So
it shows up.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and then he can just like really snap into a play that he did 2010, 2011. He's like, this is the look that I saw. And so it's been cool just to, you know, sit back and see that from you know, from my perspective.
That makes for a great quarterback room and continue to enjoy that. Let me ask you this. What was your reaction when you seen that Tom, your good friend Tom Brady, was leaving the New England Patriots?
Oh man, I was shocked like everybody else was, you know, and I just couldn't see him in another jersey, you know.
Right.
And you know, regardless of how it went, whatever went down in New England, just knowing Tom and just knowing his MO, you know, he gonna try and fight till he ain't got nothing left. So he gonna find a way to squeeze some more years out of that body, you know. And then I talked to him one day, and then it was just like, all right.
I was gonna ask you that.
Yeah, so I talked to him one day. You know, we was exchanging a couple texts, and I was like, "Welcome to Florida," because I'm from Florida, so it was like, "Welcome to Florida," all this stuff like that, and it just all made sense. You know, he seemed really happy with his decision, and you know, once he puts something in his head, he gonna go and run with it. So, you know, I'm excited to see what he does.
No doubt. Shout out to Tom.
Oh yeah,
I read your tweet, and I know Tom read it, man. When y'all gonna do that podcast? You might have to bring that over.
Man. I tell him I need a couple coins though. He ain't gonna just market me like. But now I got to get on him about that. He done moved where I live now, so he definitely got to start a podcast. I need some percentages, some royalty in that, because he wasn't gonna do it before I told it to him.
Hey, I like that. You're a businessman. You're a businessman. That's love. You spend time with Bill Belichick. What advice would you give Cam Newton, just in the short?
At the end of the day, I would say Bill gonna want you to be yourself.
Right.
You know, as long as you're doing it within the team rules, he gonna let you be yourself. You know, I mean, I wouldn't say like I have all the Bill, you know, mottos and ways to do things. I was only with him for a year, and he shipped me out. But I would just say be yourself. You know, and especially going into Bill has already created a team full of vets that's gonna hold you accountable.
Gotcha.
And you don't want to have to go to Bill to hold you accountable. Your teammates gonna do it anyways.
Right.
I'll just say be yourself, which I'm pretty sure, you know, Cam's gonna do that, and he's gonna find his way to be himself within you know, team rules, and he'll be all right. I mean, obviously his game gonna speak for itself.
Yeah, one thing that Bill Belichick ever told you, or some type of motto that he's or saying that he's expressed to you that stuck with you, that you took with you?
I'll never forget my first training camp with crowd noise. I never knew what crowd noise was.
Right.
As far as practice, and
right.
So I go in the crowd, and we're doing red zone, and I don't know none of the plays. I barely know the snap count, and I think I'm just having a day. I mean, my fault. I'm having a bad day. And,
no. It's MV. This MV cam, man.
All right, cool. We good.
Sometimes.
So he just pulled me to the side. He goes, "Well, what do you think?" He like laughing, and I'm like, I'm frustrated. I'm thinking I'm about to get cut that day, right. That moment. He goes, "Well, I think you're doing pretty good." And I was like, "What? I haven't completed a pass. Only thing I get right is the run game stuff."
Right.
He goes, "Well, you ain't gonna beat Tom today," and that just stuck with me because he was like,
"Wow,
just take it one day at a time." That's when you get the mindset, like, just take it one day at a time. Obviously, you can't go out there and be somebody that you're not. And obviously, Tom wasn't Tom when he first stepped into the league. He wasn't the Tom of 2020. He was 2001 Tom. So just that right there in the heat of practice, I just took a different approach after that. I was like, all right, let me relax. I don't need to learn the whole offense today. And I thought that helped me out tremendously.
Absolutely. And your career path took off from there, if you ask me. And I think it's going to continue to get better as you continue to grow as a quarterback, a young quarterback in the National Football League. So, you'll have another opportunity one day. And then I want to ask you about the number 7. And then we're going to move on to some more important stuff. But, what are you going to take away from this experience to help you become a better quarterback in the future? Because there's always room for growth.
No question. I would say this is just another opportunity for me to learn from somebody that has seen it all. And it's obviously making me a better man off the field. It's making me a better leader. You got to find different ways to lead. I go from being I was the guy that everybody went to last year, and now kind of shifting, but also still being, the guy that everybody still can come to from behind the scenes, but also where Philip can come to. And and what I've learned from honestly being in New England is, no matter how many years you've played in, you always want somebody to get on you, and you always want that competition. And I hope that I provide that for Phil, when we're sitting in the back watching film, I'm like, come on, Phil, or, I like that, or did you see what I did? So, things like that, just to kind of, we all know the bunch to push the quarterback on. So just things like that. And then also being there for guys on the team who I've formed relationships with all my 3 years here. And I would be a fool to change because, whatever happened. So because at the end of the day, I know another opportunity will come.
It's all a blessing. What's your reasoning for wearing number 7? I need to know before we move on.
It started.
For real, salute.
When I was in New England, I go to the first day, they're like, what number you wearing in college? And I was like, well, 12. I was like, well, I can't wear it there. So they're like, well, 7. And I'm like, damn. I was like, hell yeah, I want 7. Vic wore 7. So, and I was like, I'm gonna rock with this until the end,
Right.
Yeah. I still need that jersey. I know Conti mentioned that, you was with Conti. I need that jersey now.
Yeah. You know what, man? I get that out to you, man. I get you one from the Atlanta days and Philly days.
Oh yeah, I want that Atlanta one. I used to wear that over my pads in Little League. We were just talking about that.
Yes, sir. Easy call. Moving on to more important things, man, because your off the field work speaks volume, and I try to be conscious of what people are doing. And this past July, you tweeted 300 plus bikes, 200 backpacks given away, 50 plus new registered voters, fed over 400 people, and most importantly, police and community engagement. What led to you being a part of, those movements and inspiring change, bro?
Honestly, man, it's because I don't have an agent, my advisor, A.B. We're just sitting there. We're just like, man, this is like the time that we're in is crazy right now. Everything's going on. And I just see everybody putting out statements. I'm like, man, I need to put out a statement. I got to say something. I got to speak for my community.
Right.
And then he goes, but what is it going to mean? Like, what are you going to do with it? And I'm just like, so then what should I do? So I was asking for advice. And, I got like a little bike club. I ride with the old heads back at the crib. So,
nice.
We were just riding bikes. We riding bikes. I'm like, man, we should do a bike ride. Like, I'm enjoying bike riding. I know, as a kid getting a bike. So it's like, let's just do a bike ride. And, then it was like, what would you want to do with it? Like, as far as you can easily just give bikes out, but what will it do? So I was like, we should invite the police department. And, and honestly, like a couple of coaches that I've had throughout my career when I was younger with police officers. Right. And so it honestly started from there. And then I just wanted that to be my statement that I make was my actions, and our actions as me and Abe and the team that I use back at home.
Right.
And and it started off so small, and then it started to come together. When things started to come together, like wow, and it was beautiful, man. Like I it's no words that I can express of how happy that made me. Riding through my old neighborhood and seeing where I grew up at, my old house, and so it was cool. It was pretty cool.
A different type of happiness, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You can't even. It's nothing to compare to that, especially when you do it for some for back at your home place and your hometown. It makes it that much more special.
Yeah. So you guys get a day off, and you take the initiative to take every single player on your team, or over 50 plus players, down to register to vote.
What we did was we did it in the team room, because it's you can do it from your phone nowadays. So I kind of ran it by our player rep guy, and I was like, man, we need to get everybody registered to vote. We've been saying we want to do it, but we need to do it. It's no better time than right now. So we got a little social impact group committee on our team, and we were just we agreed to it, we're gonna take the day off and this is what we're gonna do. So it was players and coaches, because coaches are from out of town too, so we got to make sure out of town voting and things of that nature. So, and it was kind of crazy just to see we're in a room full of grown men, and everybody's like, can you help me? And it was just people were scared to say that they didn't know how to do it, or
I got you.
what to do. So I thought that was and I know if we're experiencing, I know other players around the league are experiencing the same thing.
Yeah. Who inspired you growing up to be obviously a great quarterback, but at the same time be a part of, change within your community and all across the globe?
Well, for one, A.B., my advisor, he's from my hometown, and he always gave back to our community. And, it was a guy that he kind of was written off, from tough background. His main thing was always what he could do for our community. I would say him. It's just so many people. Obviously from the giving back part of it. Honestly, people in my community that would come back, no matter who it was.
Yeah, community leaders.
And when you give back, it's like, I don't need to broadcast who I am doing this stuff. It's all about the actions and who I'm reaching out to. So, and honestly, it was a lot of times where I didn't even know who it was coming from, but whoever came back to my community, it was a blessing. And then
it's appreciated.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, for me being in their position now is, we don't care who gets the credit, long as the job gets done,
Absolutely.
So, and that's kind of how I kind of do everything. Like even the voting thing that got out, I didn't want it to get out just because, it's not even about that. It's just about, are we going to really get registered to vote? The purpose of it was to get everybody registered to vote. I don't care who you vote for.
Yeah, no doubt. What lessons do you hope the country can take away from the current movement that we're going through right now? Because, we're in a tough spot, but we all working through it. What lessons do you hope that people can sit back and look at this and say, all right, man, we can try to, make this the world a better place if we do X?
It's always, that's just saying that, that you hear all the time is, be who you want your kids to, to teach your kids, or to be around your kids, or how you want your kids to live life, because our kids are a reflection of us. They are what we teach them. So just to be mindful of things that we're doing and saying and our actions. Honestly, I've had to certain things that I used to think was cool. I've had to come on, I'm beyond that. I'm not. I've gained the knowledge to know that that's wrong now. And as tough it is to say things that we grew up thinking is right or is cool, is sometimes it's not. Sometimes it is wrong, and sometimes we are, accustomed to thinking that what's right is the only thing that we see growing up. But it's better out there for all of us, and it's enough to go around for everybody. And that's what I say. It's no reason we should. If money's the thing that's driving us crazy, then we're in a bad spot, and we can do better than that.
Wow, that's amazing, Jacoby. To all the kids watching, to all the people across the world who will pay attention to this, take heed to what Jacoby is saying, man. Very special human being, man. And I want to thank you for coming on this show, man. And look, it was a delight talking to you. I took a lot away from what you said, and you inspired me in so many different ways. So keep doing what you're doing. It's been amazing. Now, the last question I gotta hit you with, and this gonna rock your brain a little bit. It's gonna mentally challenge you, maybe a little more than what Belichick could challenge you.
I got you.
How he challenged you, or your Frank Wright. 7 toughest opponents that you faced, or 7 toughest defenders that you faced.
7 toughest that I played against.
That you played against. Take your time. I want to know.
1 is CALAIS Campbell.
All right.
CALAIS Campbell for sure. Ooh. Jalen Ramsey. I'll get Jalen Ramsey.
I just like to know, because I know you smack me around.
Honey Badger. Every time I played against him, he picked me off. Going back to college, every time I played him, he picked me off.
All right, I got you.
So that's 3, right? Logan Ryan's tough.
Logan Ryan's a good player.
Yeah, he's solid. He know what he's doing. He know. Yeah. He's solid. He's a smart player. I like
and he
him.
probably knew you a little bit from y'all days
from New England days. So he kind of used to mess with me in a little bit. So I like him.
About Texans, Houston Texans.
I mean, when they had
JJ sticking out there. You haven't played against.
See, I mean, I think JJ's a great player, but I would go MERCILUS over him.
Okay.
Just because MERCILUS is just like every down type of guy. I feel like.
I got you.
Casey Hayward was tough. He's tough.
Hayward's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
6. Give me a linebacker.
So my first year here, we played against Seattle, and Bobby Wagner kind of just like he's just a solid football player.
Yeah.
He gonna make us. I think he picked me off, or he picked up a fumble and ran into the house. I tried to tackle him. I had no chance. I was like, take them out next time. So I'll go Bobby Wagner.
All right. That's a good list, man. You're talking about players who are respected at their positions, man, and do a good job of changing the game. And
for sure,
Jacob, you continue to work hard, man. And I'm gonna check back in with you.
Appreciate it, for sure, man.
In a couple months or so, man. But you enjoy training camp, enjoy the season, man. It's a blessing to be out there, man. I can't wait to watch you guys and tell Phillip Rivers I said what's up, and the rest of the team I said good luck.
And I appreciate that. I think I'll be doing a dishonor for the people that you inspired, man, to not give you your flowers while you're here. You know what I'm saying? And we appreciate the example you set. Through the trials and tribulations, that stood tall, and what you did at this position for Black quarterbacks. I definitely can speak for a lot of us. We definitely appreciate that, and words can't describe how the impact you've left on us.
Thanks, Jacoby. It means a lot, man. I'm gonna continue to set that example, man, and do what's necessary to maintain that role model status. So thank you, bro, and best of luck to you.
Thank you.
There it is, another edition of QB7. Mike Vick, Jacoby Brissett, out.